Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is day 5 of my 100 Days Web Development Challenge, where I build real projects using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to improve my front-end development skills. In today's project, we are going to create a modern expandable search bar using only HTML and CSS. At first, the interface shows only a search icon button, but when the user clicks on the search bar, the input field smoothly expands, creating a clean and modern animation effect. This type of UI component is commonly used in navigation bars, landing pages, dashboards, and modern web applications. And the best part is that we will build this without using any JavaScript. So let's start building this project step by step.
Before we start writing the code, let's quickly look at the final result of this project. Here you can see a small circular search button in the center of the page. When I click on the search icon, the search input field smoothly expands to the right side. This creates a modern and minimal user interface. This effect is created using a simple CSS focus selector and transition animation. Now, let's see how we can build this step by step.
First, we start by creating the HTML structure of our project. We begin with the doctype declaration, which tells the browser that we are using HTML5. Next, we open the HTML tag and set the language to English. Inside the head section, we add the meta charset tag to ensure proper character encoding. After that, we add the viewport meta tag, which helps our page display correctly on mobile devices. Then we set the title of the page, which in this case is Expandable Search Bar. Next, we link our external CSS file using the link tag. This file will contain all the styling for our project. After that, we include the Font Awesome CDN link. This allows us to easily use icons, including the search icon for our search bar.
Now let's move to the body section. Inside the body, we create a container div with the class name searchbox. This container will hold the input field and the search button. Inside this container, we add an input element with the type set to text. We also add a placeholder text that says search, which will appear inside the input field before the user types anything. Next, we create a button element. Inside the button, we place a Font Awesome search icon. This icon represents the search functionality and makes the interface more user-friendly. Now, our HTML structure is complete.
Now, let's move to the CSS file and start styling the project. First, we apply a CSS reset using the universal selector. We remove the default margin and padding from all elements. We also set box sizing to border box, which helps us manage element sizes more predictably. Next, we set the font family for the entire page. In this project, we are using a monospace font, which gives the design a clean developer-style appearance.
Next, we style the body element. We set the height of the body to 100 viewport height, which makes it take the full height of the screen. Then we use Flexbox to center the search bar horizontally and vertically. We do this using 3 properties: Display Flex, Justify Content Center, Align Items Center. Finally, we apply a dark background color to the body. This dark theme makes the search bar stand out clearly and creates a modern UI look. Next, we style the search box container. We select the class searchbox. First, we set its position to relative.
Then we use display flex so the input field and button stay aligned in one row. Next, we center the elements vertically using Align Items Center. We apply a dark background color to the container and add a large border radius to create a rounded search bar shape. We also add some padding and apply a transition effect so that any size changes will animate smoothly. Now we style the input field. First, we remove the default border and outline. Then we set the background to none so it blends with the container. We set the text color to white so it is visible on the dark background. Next, we set the initial width of the input field to 0. This is the key trick that allows the input field to stay hidden initially. We also add padding and a transition animation so that the width change will animate smoothly.
Next, we style the search button. We remove the default border and apply a blue background color. Then we set the width and height to 40 pixels to create a perfect circle. We add a border radius of 50% so the button becomes fully rounded. Next, we use Flexbox again to center the icon inside the button. Finally, we change the cursor to pointer so it feels interactive.
Now comes the most important part of this project, the expand animation. We use a special CSS selector called Focus Within. This selector targets the parent container when any child element inside it receives focus. In this case, when the user clicks inside the input field, the search box becomes active. Then we increase the width of the input field from 0 pixels to 220 pixels. Because we added a transition property earlier, the input field expands smoothly instead of instantly. This creates the expandable search bar animation.
And that's it. Now when the user clicks the search bar, the input field expands smoothly, creating a modern and interactive UI effect. This project demonstrates how powerful CSS transitions and focus selectors can be, even without JavaScript. This was day 5 of my 100 Days Web Development Projects Challenge. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the upcoming projects. Also, check the GitHub link in the description to download the source code. See you in day 6 with another web development project. Happy coding!